Good afternoon, class. Now, good evening, it's become. Okay, so we'll start with polity and governance current affairs. The topics for today are women and air pollution exposure, digital public platform, PM Shri scheme, defense procurement manual, and fast tag compensation portal. Are you able to see, or you want to sit here? Okay. The first topic is women and air pollution exposure. Done? See, first and foremost, recently, this particular survey, the Lancet Planetary Health, in its December journal, alongside this was also seen very largely is the PM 2.5, PM means particulate matter. It is a pollutant, okay. PM 2.5, it is a very fine pollutant, okay. When left like that only, it will go enter into the lungs and accumulate inside lungs. It will also lead into blood streams. Because of this, various diseases are coming, so much so that if left like that only, there is a very higher risk of death occurring because of this pollutant, okay. And this pollution in India is not something that is a very new thing. But what is new means, among the pollution that is prevailing in India, women and children are at a higher risk of this pollution. Okay, that is what this study is stating. How and why are they telling like that, we will be seeing in the course of the video. Then shall we move ahead? See, first and foremost, how and all are the types you will get pollution? First and foremost, ambient air pollution, which means pollution which is in the outdoors. Now, when we walk down on the road and go, all the smoke of the vehicles, burning of charcoals or fires, all this whatever leads, vehicle pollution, industries, power plants, dust, anything that comes to the outdoor, okay, pollution, that is called ambient air pollution. Indoor air pollutions happens because of, you know, in village areas they will use that gas which will be used burnt with your fire sticks. Yes, so biomass, that is they will dry up charcoal, the dung, cow dung, and use that as a material. Any dried straws, right? So any firewood which is used for cooking and heating also emits a large amount of pollution. That is called indoor pollution. Your PM 2.5, particulate matter 2.5, is so fine, okay, that it is less than the 2.5 microns. So because of that, it can enter into the lungs, bloodstream, and lead to your diseases with respect to heart diseases and lung diseases. Next is vulnerable group. See, pollution means it should affect everyone equally, but pollution is affecting women and children more. Okay? We will see as to why it is affecting women and children more. First and foremost, according to the data that is provided by the survey, more than 81% of the people are living in a very polluted environment. Okay? Your NAAQS, that is the National Air Quality Index, that is showcased that more than 80% of our people are living in a very polluted atmosphere, and also more than 17 million deaths from 2009 to 2019 has happened because of this 2.5 particulate matter pollutant. Understanding? And also women who have been using, now I kept telling in previous slides, no, women and children are at higher risk for this pollution. It is because on an average, if you see, a woman will be the one who will spend more time in the household, and all the time it will be either in the form of cooking or cleaning or being in the same area which has already filled up with smoke. If this is indoor pollution means, if you see outdoor, Now we can tell, okay, women largely stays indoor. Even for the women who are working women, they have to go outside. Majority working women are always walking and going to their workplaces. 41% of women walk to workplaces. We are comparing both urban, rural, your town areas, everything there. Whereas men have mobility. Mobility means they will use transportation. So they spend less time on the roads. Understanding? Because of that, a woman is getting outdoor air pollution, that is ambient air pollution also. Because of inside the house, indoor air pollution also, the risk of pollution related death and also your TB risk is increasing in women. Any woman who has been, let's say, using your normal biomass, that is cooking through your firewood and all this, if for over a span of 20 years she has been using that or been in that environment, there is 3 times higher risk of her getting TB. And if at all, in Ahmedabad it was shown that when a pregnant woman is cooking through these methods, the child which will be born to her, 50% chances are that it will be a stillborn child, which means the child is also getting a lung diseases, heart diseases and dying even before getting birth. All this is because of your pollutant and how it is affecting child and a mother. Now NAAQS means National Ambient Air Quality Standards, which is more of a tool used by your CPCB, Central Pollution Control Board. It will give this to tell how much of pollutants are in the air and how much of pollutants people are inhaling. Okay, accordingly we have 12 pollutants. Okay, we will see what those 12 pollutants are. This 12 pollutants was asked in prelims 2 times, so that will become important. I'll show you the list. Shall we move ahead? Do you want to write this down? We'll move ahead, no? The 12 pollutants are particulate matter 10, particulate matter 2.5, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide, ozone, lead, ammonia, benzene, benzopyrene, arsenic and nickel. Write this down, this is important. Here when we tell ozone, don't think ozone will be in air. There is also something called ground level ozone. Okay. Mainly just at least know once. It's okay if you didn't write it, I'll either way be sharing it with you. At least know the names. Okay. Now, most affected areas because of your indoor air pollution and outdoor air pollution are UP, Bihar, Delhi, NCR, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh. Wherever your industries are higher also, there also pollutions are higher. Which places are or which things are leading to higher indoor pollution means burning of biomass, kerosene and coal stoves. Okay, that is if you burn something, not your LPGs and all, that is clean cooking fuel. Okay, this is polluting cooking fuel. What are the health impacts because of this pollution? Respiratory diseases, asthma, TB and also your stillbirths, child which is born during the delivery is already died. Okay, and also your cardiovascular diseases. On the whole, people living in high pollution zones, especially women and children, have increased risk of death. Now, one thing is why women are always getting affected because of this pollution. They are using traditional cooking fuel still largely. They stay long hours inside that home which is trapped with the pollution. and they are the ones who are using non-motorized transport, which means they walk for their work, even those women who are working. And another thing is, the children, because of the mother, either in pregnancy or even while they were carrying the child itself, their genes are transmitted to these children. Understanding? So this is posing a risk to children and women. What are the government initiatives to reduce this kind of pollution? If you see, first and foremost is Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana. That is, government will give LPG connections for poor households for free. Okay, so when LPG connections are there, this will reduce the usage of firewoods. Yes, obviously then this will reduce indoor pollution to a large extent. Next is National Clean Air Program. This is started so as to make sure that your particulate matter 2.5 and particulate matter 10 will reduce in number. Okay, another thing is Pradhan Mantri Surakshit Matritva Abhiyan. To see, now this Surakshit Matritva Abhiyan is for a woman to see if she is affected with any genetic diseases or if she is having any other issues. At that point of time, indirectly it is also like finding out if she has a lung respiratory disorder or heart disorder. So this particular scheme is indirectly trying to find out if a woman is already affected. Next is Smart Cities Mission or Amrit scheme, wherein you try to provide green mobility or urban mobility. That is, you will try to bring in more of your electric vehicles. You will try to reduce the pollution. For example, we have ban on bursting crackers in some places, means it is because trying to bring down the pollution. That is all part of your smart city program. Now we will see one possible prelims question from this. Again, similarly, there was also UPSC prelims question on this. I'll read out the question and options. You tell me whether that is correct or wrong. Consider the following pollutants: ammonia, ozone, methane, benzopyrene, carbon monoxide. Which of the following are the pollutants included under NAAQS? Options. So first I'll read out. Is ammonia in the list, pollutant list? Ozone, methane, benzopyrene, carbon monoxide? The correct answer is 1, 2, 4 and 5. Next topic is digital public platform. Done? See, recently our RBI governor has held that India aims to make more digital public platforms like your UPI and MOSIP for all public goods. What this is, we will see in the course of the video. Now this is coming directly from your RBI governor. First and foremost, what is digital public platform? Okay, digital public platform means, let's say earlier, if you have to take out money or give it to someone, you had to use physical cash. Today you can just scan the code and the money will be gone. So there is no physical format of usage of money. Everything is done in a digital medium. So digital public platform means whatever services the public will use, if it is in a digital medium, then that is called DPP or digital public platform. For example, if you are traveling from, let's say, your Karnataka to Tamil Nadu, there is a national highway. There you don't have to physically get down, go find people, give them money. There is RFID FASTag. It will scan on its own, you can just move sooner. So anything and everything that makes the public's life easier, that is a good thing for society. One such good thing is digital public platforms. Okay, these are open, interoperable, scalable digital infrastructure system which will enable delivery of public and private services. Private services means, for example, if you like something, you can just buy it online. In fact, earlier you had to go shopping, you had to physically go get shopping. Today someone else is doing the shopping for you. your Amazon, Flipkart, Blinkit, okay, and even transportation ke liye also, you just have to book your Ola, Rapido, Taxi, all these are private plus public. So these are what is called as digital public platforms. And RBI governor has told that we have to increase more of these, because our UPI payment, whatever we are using, we are not just using in India, we are also trying to use it with other countries also. Understanding? So the other countries are trying to study how the Indian models are and trying to bring about the same changes. So what are the core areas? For example, we can use the digital platform to create a national identity. Today you have Aadhaar card, means that's more like an identity. And also we can use it for digital payments like your UPIs. And data exchange framework, which means DigiLocker. You know about DigiLocker, right? All your documents can be stored in a digital cloud online called as DigiLocker. You don't have to physically use the documents. So these three are very important. This is where you use your digital public systems. You want to write down or shall we move ahead? I will either way be sharing these with you. So India recently had attended a lot of your summits with other countries, ASEAN countries, East Asian countries, South Asian countries. India is trying to even tell in the G20 forums that all the countries you be like India in order to promote digitization in India. See, including now if you go, if you just have to buy something from the street vendor also has digital payment. Yes or no? That is the advancement of digitization in our country. So we have started with your UPI payment, that is Unified Payment Interface. This is where we will do all your digital transactions. This model is studied and adopted by France, Singapore, UAE, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bhutan. All these countries are trying to take the experience of India and try to implement in their country. One thing about your digital transaction is, if the digital transaction grows by just 1%, that will mean 0.03% of GDP will grow. That's a very big thing for 1% of digital transaction, that much of GDP growing. And also as of now, we have 1.3 billion plus Aadhaar users, which means India's largest digital identity system is the world's largest. Understanding? We also have 200 crore plus DigiLocker operations. So this indicates that India uses digital platforms in a very wide way. Next is your MOSIP. MOSIP means Modular Open Source Identity Platform. In simpler sense, identity platform, your IIT of your Bengaluru is trying to develop an identity platform. Identity means like Aadhaar. Your identity will be known that this person is Indian, this person is from this particular place, this person is of this age. All the same like your Aadhaar card is trying to be developed by open source digital identity platform, is trying to be developed by your IIT Bengaluru. So because of that, this has come into news. What will this do means, this will help the countries create a national identity for their people. Okay, if India develops this, this can be used by other countries also. By this, many things like misuse of data or people who are posing as your citizens, all this can be curbed. Your MOSIP meaning what? Modular Open Source Identity Platform. Whatever it started as India's national identity, like your Aadhaar concept, as of now 27 countries are thinking to bring in the same kind of changes. Okay, Morocco, Philippines, Sri Lanka, Ethiopia and Guinea, all of them are trying to take India as an example to do these things. Now in this particular topic, I'll read out a possible question, you tell me how it is. With reference to India's digital public platform, consider the following statements. They are open, interoperable digital systems designed to deliver key public services like identity, payment and data exchange. Correct? Very good. The modular open source identity platform is developed by National Payment Corporation of India. Who is it? IITI Bangalore. So this is wrong. The UPI, Unified Payment Interface, and DigiLocker are examples of digital public platforms under India Stack, which means you are just keeping the data on data. So this is correct. MOSIP is being adopted by several foreign countries for building their national identity systems. Correct? So the correct answer is 1, 3 and 4. Next is PM Shri scheme. Here PM means Pradhana Mantri, Shri means Schools for Rising India. I read on the full form, this is important. Done? Why are we talking about PM Shri scheme? It's an older scheme only. Why are we talking about right now? Means because your Kerala government has asked, Kerala government told, see, in my particular state to implement education schemes, I have very less amount of money. I don't have money. Can you give me money? Central government told, if I have to give you money, you have to make sure you will come under PM Shri scheme. Before that, understand few things. See, in your 7th schedule, okay, of polity, there are something called as lists. Yes, central list, state list, concurrent list. If you know, well and fine, otherwise in polity it will be taught. In the concurrent list topic is education, which means on this topic both center and state can make laws. Okay, both of them can create law. Your PM Shri, okay, this is coming under NEP 2020, National Education Policy of 2020. This is a centrally sponsored scheme, which means center has told, I am creating this scheme. State, you have to implement this scheme. For that, I will give you some amount of money. Okay, funding pattern we will see further. For this particular scheme, center will give 60% of money, state should put remaining 40% of money. Now for that 60% money, Kerala government went to the government and asked, give us some money under PM Shri schools. Now if you see some states like your Punjab and West Bengal, they have told that I don't want your money also, I don't want to join your scheme also. Whereas your states such as Tamil Nadu, they have told, we will join conditionally, but we have certain conditions. Okay, that is up to the center and state that they will decide. So because of that, we are discussing about PM Shri scheme. First, we will see background. The scheme was launched in 2022. This is a centrally sponsored scheme, which means money will be put in for this scheme both by center and states. If it is regular state, 60% center will put, 40 states will put. If it is union territory, full center only will put. If it is your Himalayan states, northeastern states, Jammu and Kashmir and all, 90% center will put, 10% states will put. PM Shri is implemented by Ministry of Education in Government of India. This is coming under Ministry of Education. What is the objective of PM Shri school means? It is to upgrade 14,500 schools which are both central, state and local schools, into a model PM Shri schools. This is the objective. Now, how are they thinking about PM Shri school? Let us see. First and foremost, how will a PM Shri school be? PM Shri school means that school will be having the concepts such as green energy. In that school, they will try to create, let's assume, solar panels. They will install solar panels. They will show it to the children as to how solar panels will work. What are the use of solar panels? They will also show them gardening to be done by the children itself, how to manage a garden, and also they will show how can they use smart boards, smart technologies, right? So they will try to create a version of school where the student will be learning practical things as well as your static things. They will not just explain about green energy in your boards, but also they will show it in real life. And at the same point of time, they will show them how we have to save water, how sanitation has to be cleaned up. So they will teach them with all practical skills. They will have science and computer labs, adult tinkering labs, wherein they will teach them innovation, entrepreneurship, technology, and they will also show about solar power, water harvesting, water recycling, cleaning of your sanitations, right? And another thing is they will use smart classrooms, that is integration of communication and technology. They will show, actually they cannot just draw computer and tell this how computer looks, but they will just show as to how exactly a computer operates, how can we use technology for the betterment. Understanding? So this is the concept of PM Shri schools. Your PM Shri school is more on gender, disability, socio-economic inclusion, men, women, girls, children, boys, physically handicapped. Everyone should feel safe and growable in that kind of schools. Okay? Now if you see the funding pattern, for your states, normal states, 60% center will pay, 40% state will pay. For your northeastern states, Himalayan states, Jammu and Kashmir and all, 90% of whatever funding is needed to make this PM Shri school, center will pay, 10% these states have to pay. If it is a union territory without any legislature, then 100% center only will pay. Okay? Now, if at all a particular school has to be selected or a particular state ka school has to be selected to come under PM Shri school, means the procedure is first that particular state has to sign a MOU with the center. Now, Kerala government is asking money for PM Shri schools, no? Which means Kerala government has to sign MOU, your memorandum of understanding. That is, if you are giving me the money, I will use that money to do this work. So it will sign one with the center. Then the center will see which and all schools will be applicable for them under your Unified District Information System for Education. Under this, all schools data will come off. How the school are, can they be brought under PM Shri concept, they will see. But one of the difficulties is the states to get selected. That is, they will tell, we will give you certain concepts, such as you have to teach children how to deal with sanitation. If you pass all those, then we will take you under our scheme. Now, states like Punjab and West Bengal have told that we don't want your scheme, we don't want your money. We will do what our state wants. Kerala and Tamil Nadu are telling, okay, we will accept, just somehow give us the money. Your center, in order to make sure these people will come under PM Shri, there is one scheme called as Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan, where center will give funds to the states for education. It stopped giving that funds. Until unless you sign this, we will not give. So it is more like your center and state fighting over money. One possible question we'll see from this topic. With reference to PM Shri scheme, consider the following statements. It's a centrally sponsored scheme launched to upgrade schools for implementing NEP 2020. Correct or wrong? Centrally sponsored scheme means center will give little bit of money, state will give some bit of money. Is that correct for PM Shri? Next is for implementing NEP 2020. Your PM Shri comes under NEP 2020, I told. So the statement is correct. The funding pattern for northeastern and Himalayan states is 100% central funding. Why? What is the answer? Excellent. 90% is only for union territories without state legislature. For these it is only 90%. Schools are selected under challenge mode after states sign MOU with center. After states sign MOU, the state will now, all the schools will come into the hands of center. Center will give them a challenge. If you will be able to do that, then we will take under PM Shri. So the statement is correct. Correct answer are 1 and 3 only. Next is Defence Procurement Manual. Done? See before this, look at this. Defence procurement. Procurement means buying something. Okay? Recently, our Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has told that if we are going to buy, procurements, buy or purchase something for defence, then we have a manual released. All the things that we will be buying with regarding to the defence related things has to follow the manual. Okay? That manual is released by our Defence Minister. The name of that manual is Defence Procurement Manual. Okay, there is also something called as defence acquisition. That is when they have to buy bigger things such as your rockets, warships and all those. Your defence procurement is if any small parts are needed for the already bigger equipments. That how to buy they are telling. Understanding? Defence acquisition means you are buying big products such as your warships, rockets, missiles, helicopters. Now defence procurement means usually it will be buying smaller parts for this. For example, your nuts, bolts, windows, right? And even to buy that you have to follow a particular order. That is what they are trying to tell. This Defence Procurement Manual will be effective from 1st November 2025. This is important. Done? Why did they come up with a Defence Procurement Manual? Which means it's simple. Everyone should know, by everyone, the people who we are buying from, if they are Indians, then it will be like Make in India. More Indian items are procured. And second thing, most times these people are afraid to sell because forever it will keep delaying. Government processes are very complex, they are opaque. So they wanted to design a method that will be simple, that will be easier, and more emphasis will be given to Make in India producers. Okay. Now, what and all is there in this Defence Procurement Manual means, first and foremost, it is issued by Ministry of Defence. It will have complete guidelines as to how much money has to be spent, on what goods can we buy, what spares can we buy, if we have to buy, what is the procedure for it, everything is mentioned. Another thing is, this will cover all the three things, that is Army, Navy, Air Force. All of them this one manual will work because all of them are either way defense only, no? And this will come under your Atmanirbhar Bharat, that is India will become self-sufficient. How India will become self-sufficient? By promoting Make in India. Okay. As of now, any more of, if you are going to buy things which is up to 1 lakh crore, okay, 1 lakh crore of procurement if you are doing, how you will do that procedure is all mentioned here only. So the value has to be within your 1 lakh crore, and this rule applies to Army, Navy, Air Force and even your Coast Guards. Now these are the features of your defense procurement manual. You don't have to by heart it. This is explicitly there in the manual. So we are discussing. First and foremost, liquidated damages, which means let's say the government ke liye some seller has told, I will give you the goods. Government has asked, all my helicopter ka windows are very much not working. I need new windows. Now this person will tell, okay, I'll give you the windows on 1st November. Government gave an order for 30 of those windows, but this person is delaying it because he has to make it also in strong quality, no? So that is what your liquidated damages. Usually that was very high, which is why our Indian people could not match that production. But now they have told, if we have to take people, that is things from our people, let's give them that little more window also. Liquidated damages means by each time you delay, little bit fine will fall on you. That is reduced 0.1% per week for indigenized projects, which means if you are someone, I am buying from India only, earlier 0.5% penalty I used to put, now I'll just put 0.1%. Next is assured orders. Your indigenous products, let's say that guy is selling me that windows, if he continues to do that, if it is business and ventureful, then only he will do. If I tell, I will keep buying you for the next 5 years also, he will continue that business, he may even grow in that business. So for that, indigenous items may receive orders for 5 years or more. For next 5 years I'll take from you only. This is how indigenous means something that is made in our country only. So we are giving a boost for our country produced items. No NOC requirement. NOC means no objection certificate. If you are going to procure anything apart from your ordnance factory board, for all the items we had to get NOC certificate from government. That was the most complex and time taking procedure. Now they told, we will waive off that no objection certificate. For every small thing that we are going to take, we don't have to go to government. Government has to approve and then give NOC certificate. That concept we are going to waive off. And indigenize incentive, that is more responsibility and more let's say options will be given to the indigenous producers to produce more and to acquire more. Okay, this will create a very simplistic procedure that will be easier for Army, Navy and Air Force, all three of them to follow. Now I told you, no, defense procurement manual, this is defense acquisition. Defense acquisition means that is for buying weapons, aircrafts, those kind of things. That was coming in 2020. Now whatever we say defense procurement manual, that is for spares, consumable, all the maintenance works. Understanding? One possible question we'll see from this particular topic. With reference to Defense Procurement Manual 2025, consider the following statements. It governs capital acquisitions such as aircraft, submarines for armed forces. Now, it specifically told aircraft and submarines will not come under defense procurement, it will come under defense acquisition. It introduces relaxed liquidated damages and assured long-term orders for indigenized items. Relaxed liquidated damage from 0.5% to they have reduced it to 0.1. Long-term orders, we will continue buying up to 5 years. So this is correct. Procurement from non-ordnance factory sources now requires a NOC. Do we need NOC now? That was the one thing that was causing major delay. So we removed that, and that is the special thing about your defense procurement manual. So the correct answer is 2 only. Last topic, FASTag annual pass compensation portal. See, why are we discussing about FASTag or compensation? First and foremost, Ministry of Road and Transport has launched something called as compensation portal. Why has he launched a compensation portal? To do revenue sharing between your annual FASTag pass scheme. Ministry of Road has launched compensation portal. Why? So that they will share the revenue which is coming under FASTag annual scheme. We will discuss what these are. This is why is it in use. Okay. Who is going to be implementing this compensation portal? Means it is NHAI, National Highway Authority of India, and National Payment Corporation of India, NPCI. These both are going to be dealing with this compensation portal. In detail, I'll explain what those are. As of now, these are the facts. Okay? Now, you all know about FASTag, right? From each place to another place, if you have to go, you don't have to get down, find the exact change, go give it to them, nothing as such. You just have to stick, recharge it. While going, it will recognize it to RFID, you can aram se move. Recently, your NHI, National Highway Authority of India, introduced something called as FASTag Annual Pass, which means it's a once in a year payment. Okay, with that, one full year it will be applicable. Any time you go on any national highway or expressway, you don't even have to recharge your FASTag. One time you will pay off 3,000 rupees, that's it. Then you won't recharge your FASTag if you are going on your national highway or expressway. Not state highway. Within the state it is not applicable. If you are leaving the state and going, and if it is on national highways. Okay. If that 3,000 rupees you can pay, one full year it will work, or it will work for 200 rides. Right? Now when they introduce this annual pass, the people who will be sitting in toll, no, those are like your private bodies who will be there to collect. They will take the funds, whatever money is collected, that will be divided between government and your private people. Now when government introduced this concept of annual plan, 3,000 rupees, that money is going to government only. Which means that many times that person goes, he doesn't have to pay. The private person that time will not get any money only. So now he will get angry and he will fight with the government. You gave me this tender telling that whatever money we will collect, we both will share. Now if you create annual pass like this, money will come only to you, not to me. What to do? To make sure that these people will not fight and they will also be given some compensation, they launched that compensation portal. All the 3,000 rupees I will get, no, that I will give little bit for you also. Understanding? That is the compensation portal of FASTag, launched by NHAI and NPCI. I write this down if in a rough manner, like a background story, how I told you. Done? So how does it work? 3,000 rupees one time payment. It is valid for either 1 year or 200 crossings. It is applicable only on national highways and expressways. State highways, but it is not included. For that, again, regular FASTag has to be recharged. And it is only applicable for non-commercial vehicles. Non-commercial vehicles means your private vehicles such as cars, jeeps, vans. And it will be verified by Vahan database. One vehicle, one FASTag. And it can be, if you take this FASTag annual pass, it is only for one vehicle. You can't keep transferring it to other vehicles and all. So you will link the FASTag RFID system with NPCI digital platform, which means you can pay that one-time fee in your online payment only. And what is the thing that it will do for the people? It will eliminate frequent FASTag top-ups for highways. Okay, once if they've paid, that's it. One of the functions is to manage this compensation portal. Remember I told you, this is created for what purpose? To manage revenue reconciliation and dispute resolution, which means whoever are the toll people who are collecting that money, they shouldn't feel left out. So for that reason, we are going to divide that money. That is, they will dedicate officials, they will track how much revenue is coming from this annual pass, and they will divide it with the toll operators. Okay, so they will also feel compensated. Now, associated initiative is, this is one vehicle, one FASTag, which means one FASTag can work only for one vehicle. It cannot work for multiple vehicles. Okay, and also how do they know that only one vehicle is using the one FASTag? It is through your vehicle tag mapping. Okay, this is through your RFID procedures that they will find out that this vehicle is only having this FASTag. How does your FASTag work? Through your radio frequency identification, or otherwise what we call as RFID, radio frequency identification. How will your FASTag work? Automatic toll deduction and cashless passage. You don't have to pay cash for it. And your system will automatically be linked with your bank account or UPI wallet. Okay. What are the benefits of your FASTag? Reduces the congestion or traffic or the wait time. It will ensure transparency, that is, toll people cannot charge higher amounts. It is strictly just same for everyone. And it will support your initiatives like Digital India and Green Corridors, where for every time you don't have to print paper to give them. What are the limitations or challenges? This annual FASTag is not applicable for state highways, and it is valid only for non-commercial vehicles, that is personal vehicles. And for this to happen, interstate coordination should be there. Okay. I will see a possible question from this topic. With reference to FASTag annual pass scheme, consider the following statements. It allows unlimited travel on national and state highways for 1 year after one-time payment. Why? Why it's wrong? It is not state highway. It is only national highway and expressways. So this statement is wrong. Next, the scheme is jointly implemented by NHAI and NPCI. Correct. National Highways and National Payment Corporation. Third statement, it is valid only for non-commercial vehicles verified through Vahan database. Correct. It is applicable only for your personal vehicles, right? So it is applicable only for non-commercial vehicles. The correct answer is 1 and 3 only. Understanding? Clear up until here? This completes today's current affairs. Any doubts so far? Online class, any doubts? We'll end the session. It allows unlimited travel on national and state highways for 1 year after a one-time payment. Either you can go for 1 year or 200 crosses. That is not the issue here. The issue here is it does not allow for state highways. That is why the statement is wrong. Understanding?